Hi, Brian Stecker here again, certified personal trainer and baby boomer fitness expert. Where today I'm going to talk to you today about weight loss tips for women over 40 and the keys for effective fat loss. So ladies, we've been working together for a long time now. You guys are all, you don't want me to admit it, but you guys are all over 40. Ladies, you're all over 40, not guys. But when I first met with you guys, you had different paradigms or thoughts about weight training and fat loss and nutrition, all stuff. And I want to talk to you about the keys because a lot of our viewers here are trying to figure out, our women are over 40, and they're trying to figure out how my body's changing, what do I do? So let's talk about like some key points that you guys found effective. And the first one was, you guys were both kind of cardio queens. Like, what was your guys' background?
So for me, I was a heavy runner. The more running, the better. I figured the more miles I ran, the more calories I burned, the better I would look. So I would do long distance runs every single Sunday, and I would also run 6 to 7 miles 4 times a week.
Wow.
In addition to a half marathon every Sunday.
Wow. And that was in hopes of if you burn more calories, you would be leaner, toner?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what did you learn by putting weight training first versus the running?
I learned that muscle is very important.
Mm-hmm.
I started getting knee problems from all the heavy running that I was doing. And my legs were really weak. Even with all the running I was doing, my legs were weak. Mm-hmm. And what I needed to do was really build up my legs and build some muscle. And so I turned to getting a personal trainer to help me lift properly and build the proper muscle.
And that's a key point that you said right there is like a lot of women come to me and say, I want to transform my legs. And you found that by putting the weight training in versus the running, you had the legs that you wanted.
Yes. Absolutely.
Tremendous. Perry, how about you?
So I was their typical gym rat. So I would take all of the classes at, big box office gym. And I thought by doing that, I could, burn a lot of calories and stay lean. But the problem was I got to a point where I wasn't losing any weight and wanted some more muscle. And then I would cut back on my eating thinking, oh, that will make me lose more weight. But then I kind of hit a plateau. So I kind of switched gears and started weight training, and then I noticed miraculously the weight started dropping off after I started weight training and eating more food. Actually,
so the weight just kind of started melting off you when you first started.
Yes, yeah, just transformation.
Yeah, I remember when Perry and I first started working together about 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, about 3.5 years ago, and you walked in and we classify what's called skinny fat. Uh-huh. It's where you're lean, but there's no muscle behind it, but you're unhealthy because there's more body fat than muscle. So you've definitely transformed in adding more muscle, and now you're muscular, you're fit, you're lean, you're toned, and you've gotten rid of that fat. So hats off to you. So I can definitely attest firsthand that you've done that. So I want to throw this out there too. I'm not guaranteeing you guys will make the same transformation unless you apply these principles like these two have applied them. So I want to throw that out there too. There's no magic pill. The next one, you guys both talked about, the second point is, you talked about how you both were really into cardio, and then you made that transition over to HIIT cardio or more high intensity cardio like sprints, sled pushes, rope whips. What have you noticed with, not saying other cardio is bad, but what have you noticed by prioritizing weight training and then prioritizing these forms of cardio versus the traditional get on the elliptical or treadmill and just go for an hour or go for a run for like yourself?
Right. So for me, what was really key was when I started doing HIIT training, it was more of I was preparing for a show. I never did HIIT training before. Didn't have any reason to do it because I ran. Mm-hmm. So my trainer suggested doing HIIT training to start speeding up the metabolism, getting that constant up and down with your heart rate, and getting that sweat going. And once I started doing that, and proper nutrition was key, but once I started doing that, things started moving. I started getting that sweat, and you could burn 300 or 400 calories in 30 minutes, easy.
And not only that, but you continue to burn up to like 24 hours afterwards. If you're doing steady state cardio, you just burn that amount, but then, the epoch kind of drops, and then with the hits, you get it much longer. So definitely more bang for your buck.
Absolutely.
So you noticed your physique really transformed exponentially, and the body fat started melting off when you went to that point.
Absolutely.
And then for yourself, Perry, you noticed like hours afterwards, you were still burning calories at a high level.
Right, and then you maintain your muscle. If you do like what Kelly did and run, you're burning that muscle. Whereas HIIT, since you're doing such short periods, you can keep that muscle on while still burning fat.
Awesome. Then the third thing is, I remember when we started working together, and this is a fear for a lot of ladies out there, and I appreciate you guys sharing all your feedback out here, is the big lifts. That's the question that even come up today is, should I do the squat? Should I do the deadlift? Should I do the bench press? Should I do the lunges? I'm going to get big. I'm going to get bulky. I mean, if you've noticed, these ladies aren't big and bulky, but what have you guys noticed by adding in the big lifts?
Huge difference. Huge difference in physique, strength, how you feel. You're not, being a female, you don't have the testosterone to build that heavy, bulky muscle.
That's a key point.
So you're going to get the shoulders that you want, the nice rounded shoulders. You're going to get some guns. You're going to get your glutes and your legs. And so by lifting heavy, you're going to be building muscle. It's good for bone density. You're just going to get that overall picture of the physique that you want.
What did you notice with the big lifts? I know that was a few years when you first came in. You didn't want the big gun on with big arms.
No, I had a little bit of fear. For me, it was just, going back to calorie expenditure. You're burning a lot more because you're using bigger muscle groups and you're lifting heavier. So again, you're going to be burning a lot more calories after the fact, and then you don't get big. I think you have to eat a ton of calories in order to actually get to the size, that people think they're going to get to.
Yeah, eating a ton of calories, and then also the women that you see that are really, really big, like you said, are on something. They're using some enhancements. And if you do it naturally, like you two, you would have to train for 10 years, following a consistent diet, training at high levels to build those, like Olympic athlete, for multiple years to get the big, bulky muscles. So you guys are a testament to getting the big lifts. So lift the big lifts, the deadlifts, the squats, the lunges, the bench presses, the pull-ups, all those there. The other one that I noticed is I was at the gym, and there was a lady, she was on the leg press, and she had a magazine. Or you see the lady who's on the machine, and she sits there for a little bit wondering if that's the right thing to do, or the person on their cell phone for 5 minutes. What kind of rest cycles have you found that are best for you guys when you train?
For me, my body works better with more metabolic rest periods. So I'm constantly doing shorter rest periods, so 30 to 60 seconds, depending on which muscle group I'm doing.
Okay.
And so I just stick with that because that works best for me. So awesome. you do your circuit, you take a 30-second break, get right back into it.
All right.
I think it depends too, like what your goal is. If you're trying to do fat loss and you're happy with the muscle you have, you can do shorter rest periods. But for me, building muscle, I think you can go up to 60, 90 seconds, between, especially if you're doing those big lifts that we were just talking about.
Yeah, those big lifts like the deadlifts, they're very challenging. You want to cry or scream or yell. You need those 2 minutes of rest in between to make those. So on the bigger lifts, 2 minutes, but nothing over that. So
no.
Awesome. And then the other thing is, it's probably the number one searched on item online. It's like, what diet can I use to lose weight? And I know both of you experience this too. So what have you found more effective than diets?
Lifestyle change. There is no diet. There is no diet that's going to be a miracle. And if it does, it'll work for a short period of time. Then once you go back to eating what you've normally been eating, then you're going to gain the weight back. So it's really just making a lifestyle change and committing to just eating healthy, non-processed foods. Make sure you get adequate amount of protein, carbs, fats,
That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of times you hear from people, it's like a better diet. So in making a lifestyle, what has that diet look like for you? Could you guys run them through a day of what you eat?
Yeah, well, I eat minimum 6 times a day. And usually every meal has protein, carbs, and then a little bit later on in the afternoon, evening, I will add some more fats. That's to stay lean. But if you're just trying to eat healthy overall, usually each meal is pretty much balanced between protein, carbs, and fats.
And what do these meals look like? Like, what kind of sizes are they? Because you're saying 6 meals, and somebody at home's like, cool, I get to go down to Panera Bread and eat 6 sandwiches every day.
No, okay, bread,
No bread. No bread.
You heard here, no bread.
No bread.
That's for a cheat meal. No, like for like a normal lunch, maybe like half a cup of brown rice, 4 to 5 ounces of chicken breast, and half a cup to a cup of vegetables in there, and then maybe some olive oil or almond butter, whatever, just some healthy fats in there.
Okay. And what do your meals look like throughout the day?
About the same.
About the same.
Yep. So we just want to balance out everything with protein, carbs, and fats, and making sure that you're eating every 3 to 4 hours to keep that metabolism going so you burn more fat.
Awesome. So you both are married, you both have kids, you both have demanding jobs, professionals, and a lot of excuses I get, and the one I hate the most is I don't have time, because we all have the same amount of time in the day, and you either get results or excuses, and you guys are living results, and I really respect that about you guys. And you have every reason to say, I'm going home today, and I'm going to spend time with my family because I've been on the road with work. But you guys found a way to get it in. How do you guys manage that stress of, it's demanding, a job, a family, and your children, and getting your workouts in?
Right. It's not easy, and there is obviously life balance. You have to make yourself a priority. You have to determine whether it's worth it to you to actually pursue what you want to do for yourself. For me, it's more of life balance. I will go and sit in traffic, and by the time I'm crossing that bridge, I'm ready to de-stress. I need to get that de-stress, and I've sat there for 2 hours. I'm like, I need to forget about my day, go sweat it out, so I don't bring that home to my family.
So you found working out actually makes you a better mom?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. And
absolutely.
What have you found about making yourself a priority? Because that's probably one of the top things out there too, I find is people will put themselves last, and then I end up seeing them when they put themselves last for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, and they're out of shape. What have you found about making yourself first?
Health is so much better. My overall well-being is better, and I feel better. I feel like I can perform. I feel like I can do those things that I need to do, be a mom, be a wife, be a worker, be a daughter, be a friend. It gives you the energy to do that. And if you feel good on the inside, you're going to project that on the outside.
Perfect. Great.
And I think you also, especially if you have kids, you become the role model for them. I
didn't even think
absolutely.
of that.
Yeah, putting like goals, like teaching them about how to set goals, achieve the goals, putting themselves first. So I think a lot of those things, you teach just by example.
That's awesome. I didn't even think of that. So you're being a great role model for your children and the rest of the people around you. The next one is processed foods. People want the diet foods. They go out there and they're like, I'm going to buy the 100-calorie pack of this, or I'm going to buy this box, and I'm going to cook this way, and that's going to give me results. What have you noticed by eliminating all these processed foods?
Fat goes down.
Does.
I mean,
how quickly?
I'd say within a week or two, I can tell a difference, because I know when I'm not super strict and I will reach for a Quest bar, because I like Quest bars. It's like a little cheat. But
I do too.
We're not promoting Quest bars.
We are not. Unless they want to, we're more than happy to take your Quest bars and talk all about them because we love them. But until you do that, we won't talk about them anymore. But
yeah, so when I'm off season, because both Kelly and I, we compete, we'll have those items, but I notice we tend to hold a little bit more fat when we do that. But then when we're starting to lean down and clean up our diet, once we take those out, the fat goes down. I think your body just processes it differently and doesn't store it as fat.
Tremendous. The next one is a lot of women now know, okay, I know weights are first. I know I need to do hits. And then they sign up for the gym membership, and they walk in there. Next thing you know, you see them doing cable flies, then some dumbbell curls, and then walk on the treadmill again. But they don't have a plan. What have you two found? And that's the number one thing when I met you two, is you guys want a plan.
That's right.
So what have you learned from having a plan?
For me, it was all about how do I make myself better and giving myself the proper tools in order to do that. So I got a trainer. I was not a newbie to the gym, but I didn't know what exercises to do, how many sets to do, how many reps to do, and the proper technique to do it in safely. So for me to have a plan was to get a trainer and be consistent, and they keep you accountable, and you have somebody that can help you.
And you've learned how to do it properly.
Correct.
And what to do.
Yes.
How about both of you, Perry?
Well, I know Kelly and I were both fitness professionals, so I know for me personally, I like working out with Brian because you.
Thanks. It's not a plug to buy my
That
training
plug for
either.
Brian. No, it's great because, like, we get stuck in ruts, and so
They're not paid, by the way. I guess I gave them t-shirts, so we do have to mention that.
But you get stuck in a rut. Like, I will go to the gym, and there's certain machines or movements that I like to do, and then Brian will shake it up and move things around, and so then you don't have to always be stuck in a plateau. You kind of move past it, and it is motivating, and it is having someone there that you're accountable to. So.
Even though they swear at me during the workouts,
Yes.
but it's good to have that plan.
That's right.
The one that I noticed this morning, I have a group of, I train a new group of ladies every 10 weeks, and this one I see 100% of the time. It's progressive overload. Like they're conditioned in one way with their plan, and it's like, okay, now we're going to do 10 reps, but I want you to pick a weight that you can only do for 10 reps. And the first thing they go for is those 8-pound dumbbells that they've been doing 20 reps for. And then you say, go for those 15s. And then they look, really? Should I do this? The progressive overload. What have you guys noticed with challenging yourself with a weight that you can only do for those rep ranges?
For me, it was the muscle growth. It's like I'm getting stronger. So you want to test yourself.
Okay.
Can I actually do that? And if you can't, go down.
Right.
It's okay. You can work yourself back up to it.
So you notice yourself getting stronger.
Absolutely.
Did you get bulky muscles?
I did not get bulky muscles.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I think for most, and I say women because we see this more with women, but I think they just don't know how high to go because they're scared and they're not used to it. But I, tell clients to just go ahead and pick something heavy. And like what Kelly said, if you can only do 5, well then drop the weight. But always challenge yourself because then the next time you may actually get 8 reps instead of 5 with that same amount of reps.
Yeah.
Weight.
Yeah. So you said it perfectly. Just grab a weight. Maybe you grab the 10 pound. You're comfortable with it. Just grab the 10 and it feels comfortable. Go to the next thing. And every workout, try to get that extra rep. Do a little bit more weight and challenge yourself. And you guys have done it perfectly. Your deadlift has went up significantly. Your close grip bench press, you're even doing pull-ups now. So these are all things that were foreign when we first started. So just through progressive overload. And then the last one, we've already talked about it. Let's get a trainer.
Yeah, especially if you're new. And I mean, it's intimidating when you go into a gym and you don't know. Just get a trainer because then even if it's just for a short period of time to have them teach you how to use everything, then you don't feel as intimidated. And then you can just go. And then, I like to continue just to mix it up. So.
Even myself, I hire trainers through the year because I get into my routines. I'm busy running a gym, and next thing you know is I've done the same chest and back routine for 12 weeks, and then I was like, oh man, my shoulder, it gets overuse injuries. So even myself, I hire a trainer to mix things up. And for you, Kelly, what have you found about hiring a trainer?
I cannot say enough good things about hiring a trainer. I became one because of my trainer.
Awesome.
So they know what they're doing. They keep you accountable. They are there to motivate you and show you proper technique.
Awesome. And so those are your top tips right there. And the reason why I brought these tips is I created a video about 4 months ago about the best fat loss and weight loss and nutrition strategies for women over 40. And what had happened, I started getting a lot of comments, and you guys wanted more in-depth visuals of what to do or people that have done it. So thank you for your comments. Keep those comments coming, as I will make sure to keep creating videos like this for you. This is a community for you, for people over the age of 40 to transform their lives and have the body they want. So thank you, ladies, I didn't say guys this time, thank you, ladies, for sharing those tips, and you're definitely going to help the people at home with this.
I would love to hear what you liked best about this video. So down below, you'll see a comment section. Just leave your comments, and I want to thank you so much for the comments you've been leaving me over the months, and I've been getting back to filling those out. Also down below in the description box, you'll see a link, and in that description box with that link, you want to click it, and it's going to take you to another page where you're going to get 4 free workouts. To get those 4 free workouts, you just have to enter your email address. So go down below, click the link, and we're going to get you those workouts right away by entering your email address. Also, down below, make sure you click the subscribe button so you get updated when we release all this great content. So thank you again for tuning in. Thank you so much for your comments. Go get your free workouts, and you guys make it a great day.